So these earbuds seem to be everywhere and they have a budget pricing. So I bought them and you're probably considering that too. So this is my review of Oraimo's most popular wireless earbuds, the Freepods 2 Tuaba edition. So first of all, let's start off with the design. It looks very much like the AirPods, except that it's in black and it's also slightly larger, which is just okay. Going down the line, you have the first really negative thing about this earbuds, especially because of the price range. I would guess the range at which you can be away from whatever device is playing your media, such as your phone or your laptop, is just about 10 meters, and sometimes it feels a bit less than that. But also reliability, it can just randomly turn off one ear when you're listening to something. Like, you are listening to something, you're right beside the device, and then one ear just randomly goes off. It's actually been a very annoying experience. It only started doing that quite recently. I've had this for a couple of months now, and it only started doing that quite recently. But it does that about 25 to 30% of the time. So yeah, it's just too much. But then it gets slightly better when you get to battery life. And real quick, the normal YouTube reminder. Please leave a like if you're enjoying this video, this review, and if you want to check out other reviews on my channel. I did one on the Oraimo Studio headphones a couple of months ago. 2 reviews actually, with the 8-month review, the 8-month update on those headphones, and also the one where I, like, a couple of days after I actually got them. Battery life on these are actually quite fine. There's 2 to 3 hours on a single charge with the earbuds themselves, and then there's about 16 hours of charge on the battery case. On the case, is the case a battery case? Is that what these are? Huh. Yeah, so yeah, on the case, there's about 16 hours extra of battery, which means that personally, now this is where it sort of becomes more subjective whether this battery life is great. I usually don't use it for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. Once I'm done listening to something, I just put it back in the case, let it rest, because of course I know that it's going to be charging, right? But if you're thinking of in-ear all-day battery life, going, for 6 hours, leaving it in your ears and just walking around, first of all, probably not a good idea, because comfort, these don't have the rubber seals, and so you try to just have a, piece of plastic right in your ear hanging there, and they're light, but it'll get uncomfortable eventually. And the battery life certainly doesn't even help that, because like, if you want 6 hours of battery life, it's only like 2 to 3. I'm sorry. And if you like the song that's been playing all throughout this video, you can click the card up here to listen to it on YouTube, or you can click the link below to listen to it on Spotify. That's if you like it. Like, if you've been, you like, go ahead, check it out. It's my new release and the last song on the Affection project. It's called Closure. If you like it, go ahead and listen to it. And speaking of sound, the segues are amazing in this video. Speaking of sound, that's something I didn't add in the design. The hinge is actually quite nice. It feels very, very similar to the AirPods, and sounds good too. Speaking of sound quality is just okay. Like, I feel like a lot of things about these earbuds are just okay, because they are under $20, right? Not just about 10,000 naira. They are under $20, and so you're not really going to be expecting that much. Above $30, maybe you would be, but I mean, for the price, the sound quality is just fine. Obviously, it doesn't have that much bass. It's okay around the mids, it's okay around the highs as well. The bass is practically non-existent for 2 reasons. One, it's a small driver, like, compared to headphones, and then 2, it doesn't have a seal. Usually smaller earbuds make up for their size, the size of the drivers, by having having a seal on it, so that you don't get the sound from outside. But the sound's all right regardless. Even the AirPods don't have that much bass, so $20, 170, it's fine. And so, in conclusion, taking into regard of the experience of using them, it's just okay. I mean, yeah, it is actually starting to annoy me a bit, and I think if you were going to add an extra $20, an extra $30 to get something slightly more expensive, and like maybe the Anchor sound cores, I've actually been eyeing those, and because the whole thing of one ear going off at random points in time is annoying. And of course, you go to slightly better brands, slightly more expensive brands, and they should not have those problems. Ideally, they shouldn't. So, for the price, because these are extremely budget AirPods, for the price, it's just okay. Just okay. No pro features, no seal, no noise cancellation. Slightly bigger than the AirPods, so well, they'll fit in your pockets, but not as nicely. I mean, it's just okay. So go ahead, get them if that's all in your budget. That's all that's going to fit into your budget. I mean, I always think every once in a while that AirPods are very funny to me because you just need them to listen to music casually, and unless of course you're a real audiophile, in which case you'll be spending hundreds of dollars on earbuds. I mean, if you have all the money in the world, fine. If you're really passionate about how audio sounds, when you're casually listening to music, like obviously I don't use this to mix or something. Like this is not for engineers, studio engineers. No, definitely. Not even the AirPods Pro with their proness is for engineers. So that's essentially the conclusion. It's okay, just okay for the price. And yeah. Pull it out if I know that you need some time to think. We'll see, but I know that I can't do this without you. Pushing for the closing sweet September. 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 Pushing for the closing sweet September.